Namaskar, Abhishek, once again with a new episode in the series called Unlocking Stars with Abhishek. Unlocking Stars with Abhishek is a series on Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra. Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra is one of the most authentic, one of the most fundamental, and one of the most genuine Vedic scriptures available to us till today. This great divine scripture is in the form of discourse between great Guru Maharshi Parashar and his beloved student Maitreya. Through this series, we are just paying our humble and respectful tribute in the lotus feet of Mahaguru Maharshi Parashar. This scripture is a real blessing to us, and through the recitation and commentary on verse by verse basis, we are paying our humble tribute. In the last episode, Maharshi in 26th Adhyaya, 26th chapter, he revealed Aprakash Grah Phaladhyaya up to Gulik. In the last part of this Aprakash Grah Phaladhyaya, Maharshi is taking up Pranpada. Why Maharshi is taking Pranpada in this chapter? That is a very natural question can come in any seeker's mind. When Maharshi was describing the method, the way, the swarup of Aprakash Grahas, Upgrahas, then the most important common features is the method of the calculation. All the Upgrahas, they are mathematically calculated sensitive points. They are at the adverse answers, adverse degrees, and they are very malefic. And in a similar fashion, we can calculate Pranpad. Pranpad, when Maharshi was discussing about the Vishesh Lagna after the Graha Guna Swarupa Adhyaya, then he provides us the paribhasa and the sadhana vidhi of the Pranpad. Definition and the method of the calculation, the technique he has revealed already in the Jnana Adhyaya. Some of the great acharyas, commentators of modern era, they came up with a chapter called Vishesh Lagna Adhyaya. But I love to say Jnana Adhyaya, and in this series, I go by the name Jnana Adhyaya because Maharshi is ultimately revealing the Jnana, revealing the truth. Maharshi is doing that one. So that's why this is the feeling. That's why it is the understanding of great acharyas and the seeker of this divine science to give overall social image of the native also. How people will look at the native. That's why this is one of the most important lagnas out of other Vishesh lagnas. And Maharshi is revealing today. Maharshi is coming today when the Pranpad is in different houses. Maharshi is coming like that. We have completed all the Upgrahas. And now, in the last leg of this chapter, we will witness how Maharshi is blessing classical Parashari technique if the Pranapad is in the first house, second house, and so on and so forth, up to 12 houses. So again, Maharshi is going to bless us 12 Parashari classical techniques today. Before entering into the Mahaguru Mahakathan, Mahaguru Parashar Mahavakya, as usual, we are going to bow down in the lotus feet of Jagat Guru, Adi Guru, Guru of the Guru, Dev of the Dev, Sri Mahadev first, and take his blessings. Then we will go and follow the footprints of Mahaguru, how Mahaguru is revealing Pranpad in different houses. Let's come and pray together. Vande Deva Umapatim Surgurum Vande Jagat Karanam Vande Pannagabhusanam Mrigdharam Chavardam Vande Pasunam Patim Vande Surya Sasank Vahani Nayanam Vande Mukunda Priyam Vande Bhakti Janasraye Chavardam Vande Shivam Sankaram Vande Shivam Sankaram Vande Shivam Sankaram. Jai Gurudev. Har Har Mahadev. Har Har Mahadev. What he is revealing us when it is in the different houses. Let's come along. Mahaguru is blessing us when Pranpad is in the first house. When Pranpad is in Lagna, in ascendant, the revelation, the blessings is coming through the verse number 74 to us. Let's immerse in the verse first. Let's come along. Pranpada Phala Parashara Uvacha Lagane Pranapade Chinau Rogi Bhavati Manavaha Mukon Mato Jadar Angasto Hinango Dukhitaha Krisaha. This is the revelation of Mahaguru. When the Pranpad in the first house, he is saying that Jatak, that native, will be weak, chino, very weak. Physically, he is very weak. He is rogi, he is sickly. His life is full of diseases. Chino rogi bhavati manavaha. That manav, that Jatak, that native is very weak and very sickly. And then there is a possibility of that native might be dumb. There is no power to speak any word, utter any word. He is a mook. That is the possibility. Not only mook, mukon mataha, unmat also. He is unmat. He is a lunatic. He is a mad, pagal. It's a very deadly combination. He can't speak and he is a mad. Very deadly combination. And Jadangas too. He is a foolish. Out of mind. He is a foolish. No brain at all. He is a mad also. He is foolish also. He can't speak also. He is weak also. He is sickly also. And hinango, maybe loss of limb, maybe physically challenged. He is a very sorrow. His life is full of miseries. Very thin body also. He's a Chris guy also. So how Pranpad in the first house is damaging the Tanubhav? According to Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara. That will give you idea when you see the Pranpad in the first house. That's why I'm talking, go in a holistic manner. Don't only see the main planet. See the Aprakashit Grahas also. Look for the Vishesh Lagnas also. Most important, this Pranpad. That's why Maharshi is repeating here. So understand what Maharshi is expecting from us. is expecting from any Daivagya. It's a divine science, not for commercialization. Now, Mahaguru is placing this Pranpad, this very Pranpad, in the second house, in the Dhanasthan, in the Dhan Bhav. And Maharshi is blessing us with another classical Parashara principle. And blessing is coming through the verse number 75. Let's immerse in the verse first. Feel the blessing of Maharshi. Feel the divinity. Then that will give you idea what Maharshi is talking about really. There are three layers of these verses. These are not very simple. But through this Gyan Yake, we are just creating the awareness. But every day you will read, it's always new. Always it will give you new dimensions, new understanding. That's why it is a Shastra. Hope you understand the importance of this Shastra. Let's come. I'm just putting my bit, what I can tribute to Mahaguru. But that will give you, the blessing will come when you put your sense of gratitude in his lotus feet. Let's imagine this verse 75. Bahu dhanyo bahu dhano bahu bhrito bahu prajaha dhanasthani sthite prane subhago jayate naraha. So, dhan asthane sthite prane. This prana pad is in the dhan asthan. It is in the second house. Maharshi is saying bahu dhanyo, bahu dhano. So plenty of dhanya, wealth, all sort of wealth. And bahu bhrito, many servants, bahu prajaha. This is a rich man. He got a lot of subordinates. Maharshi is talking like a bahu prajaha, means public, which is reporting to him. So this is the Pranpada. Maharshi is saying, Subhago Jayate Naraha. So this Nar is very beautiful and very Saubhagyasali, fortunate. He got a Bahu Dhanyo, Bahu Dhano, Bahu Brito, Bahu Praja. Dhanya, wealth and servants and reportees. Here Bahu Praja. I can correct in a modern context. And he is a very fortunate, very beautiful, he's smart also. So this is the Pranapad in the second house, according to Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara. This is the great revelation, according to Mahaguru. Now Mahaguru is taking this Pranapad in the third house, Tritiya Bhav, Sahaj Bhav, Parakarma Bhav. Pranapad is coming there. Maharshi is blessing us through the verse number 76. Insatro garva samayukto nisturo atimali maluchaha tritiyage pranapade guru bhakti vivarjitaha. So Tritiya Bhav, third house, he's saying Hinsa is a violent, and then Garvi is a egoistic, it's a proudy. It's not like a self-esteem. It's like a proud, ghamand. that is giving. And he's a Nisthur, he's a cruel man, not having any compassion in his heart. Maleen also. Maleen means he's a not very swachh from outside and inside also. Here Maleen means. And Guru Bhakti Vivarjita. So he has no faith in Guru. He doesn't like his Guru, no faith in Guru at all. So that is a real scar on his personality. Guru Tattva is the Sarvasrest, and he has no faith on the Sarvasrest Tattva. So Pranpad, if Pranpad is in the third house, so these can't be the static promises. These are the possibilities according to Mahaguru. And how we have to apply this one, it depends upon Desh, Kal and Path. And it depends on the person also who is doing Phalades. So it's a matter of responsibility. So we have to check in a holistic manner all the time. I'm always giving this disclaimer, like don't see one Pranapad in this house and you start speaking. You have to check a lot and do the superimposition. And that is the static promises. Then you have to superimpose the dynamic thing, the dasa syndrome. And then you have to come up with the different transits. Then you start speaking. So these are the things. So don't go like that. These are the building blocks only. So slowly you add up these principles, and that will help you when you do the Phalades. These are the preparation. Now Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara is taking this Pranapad in the fourth house. Pranapad is coming in the fourth house. And the revelation, the blessing is coming through the verse number 77. Sukhaste tu sukhi kantaha suhridayasmasu ballabha Gurau parayanaha sitaha prane vai satya tatparaha. Now sukhaste. So Pranpad is in the Sukhasthan. Pranpad is in the fourth house. So Maharshi is saying the first possibility he is indicating is a Sukhi. Nati might be happy. Kantaha. Nati might be sundar. Nati might be beautiful, handsome. Suhridaya masu. Suhridaya masu ballabha. Nati might be beloved of his friends, of his women. And Guru Parayanaha, he is devotee of his Guru. He is a Guru Bhakt. He is a devotee. Sita, Prane vai Satya Tatparaha. Sita, he is a very soft personality. And he is on the truth. He is speaking truth. He is following the path of the truth. Satya Tatparaha. So with this placement of Pranpad, these are the static promises as per Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara. This is the revelation, great revelation. This is the great principle, classical principle. Now Mahaguru is taking this Pranpad to the fifth house. Now this great Pranpad is coming to the fifth house, Pancham Bhav, Sut Bhav. And Maharshi is revealing the classical Parashari technique through the verse number 78. Let's immerse in the verse first, as usual. सुख भाका सुक्रियोपेतसत्त्वपचार दयान्वितः पंचमस्थे प्राणपदे सर्वकाम समन्वितः. So Panchamasthi Pranapada. Now this Pranapad is in the 5th house. The first revelation Maharshi is saying Sukh Bhaka, happiness. Giving happiness to the native. And then Sukriyo, Sukriya, doer of good deeds, doer of right deeds, and having compassion, Dayanvitaha, having compassion in the heart. And Sarva Kama Samanavitaha, he is expert of whatever he do. He is an expert, subject matter expert he is. Pranpada is making native like that. This is the possibility. Static promise in the chart. A Pranpada is there. According to Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara. Now Maharshi Parashara, the great Guru, is revealing a Pranpad is in the 6th house. Ari Bhav, Rog Bhav, Satru Bhav, 6th house. Pranpad is coming here. And Maharshi is revealing classical principle here. How we think, how we approach. This is really a blessing. And blessing is coming through the verse number 79. Let's immerse in the verse. Bandhu Satru Swastikshno Mandagnir Nirdayaha Khalaha Saste Pranapade Rogi Vipatto Alpayure Vacha. So Pranapad is in the 3rd house. It is in 6th house. So he has enmity with his bandhu also. And he is losing to his war, his battle, to his enemy. Whosoever his enemy, his real enemy or his bandhu is the enemy, his brother, his close one is his enemy, and he is losing. There is a possibility. There is a possibility of having this sort of disease also, Mandagani. He came up with this same disease in the last episodes also. And Nirdaya, he is a cruel person, very cruel, and Khala also. He is a dust. Dayahin and dust. He is a crook-minded person. Rogi, sickly. Rogi. But he got a bit dhan. He has wealth. But he got a short longevity, short-lived native. This is the Pranpad in the 6th house, according to Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara. This is the revelation. This is the great revelation. So when you see the Pranpad in the 6th house, then that is the line of direction of your thinking, how you will approach. These are the static promises. These are the possibilities. Everything is in the native's life or not. That depends upon the Kriya Kalam path. Now, Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara is going to the next house, 7th house, Saptam Bhav, with the Pranpad. Pranpad is in the 7th house, and Mahaguru is revealing great classical principle through verse number 80. Irsaluha satatam kami tibra raudrva puranaraha. Irsaluha satatam kami tibra raudrva punaranaraha. Saptamasthane pranapade duraradhyaha kubuddhiman. He's saying kubuddhiman. So he got a buddhi. He has intellect. Then only he can apply intellect in a bad manner. So Kubuddhiman, Maharaj is coming with a fascinating words. He's playing with the word because he's Mahaguru. He's the enlightened one. So he's a Irsyalu, envy, feeling jealous. Satatam Kami, full of lust in his mind, always. Tibra, Rodra, Bapur, Naraha. So he's a Tibra, Rodra, Bhayankar Roop and Kathor. Very solid Bapur, Naraha. Solid body and very aggressive. Very aggressive. Very, very aggressive. Duraradhyaha. Duraradhya, he is always unhappy with anyone. If you go to please him, he is unhappy. He is always unhappy. And Kubuddhiman, we have already talked. He got an intellect, but he is crook-minded. Crook intellect. Very bad, very destructive intellect he has. Durbuddhi. So this is the Pranpad in the 7th house, according to Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara. Now great Guru is coming with the Pranpad in the next house, 8th house, Randrasthan, Ashtambhav. Maharshi is blessing us through the verse number 81. Let's come and emerge in the verse number 81. Rog Santapitangascha Pranpade Ashtame Sati Piditaha Parthivair Dukhair Bhritya Bandhu Sutor Bhaveha. Now he's saying Pranpade Ashtame. So Pranpad is in the Ashtam. So he's saying Rog. He got a rogue. And this man is unhappy from the king. This man is unhappy from the servant. This man is unhappy from his close relative, Bandhav. Just like brother. There is a possibility. This man is always unhappy through his son, through his progeny, son or daughter. So from every side, this man is unhappy. And he got a disease also. He is a sickly man also. This is the Pranpad in air. How Pranpad is doing in air, according to Mahaguru, the great Guru, who learned from Brahma himself. And he is revealing to Maitreya. So he is saying like that. This is the possibility. Now great Guru is moving forward. And the great Guru is taking this Pranpad in the Navam Bhav, 9th house, Dharmasthan, Bhagyasthan. And he is blessing us through the verse number 82. Putrvana dhan sampannaha subhagaha priya darsanaha prane dharmai sthite vritaha sada dusto vichanaha. Prane dharmi sthite. Pran is in the dharm bhav. Pran is in the 9th bhav. He is a putravan, possibility of having son, progeny. Here, Maharshi is always talking about, I told you in previous episodes. He's always talking like a putra, but according to Desh, Kal and Patra, in modern context, it is putra and putri, both you can think like that. So there is a possibility of having putra and dhan sampan, possibility of having wealth also. Subhagaha. So he got a sundar roop, sundar sarir, sundar body. He is a bhagyavan. He's a there is a possibility of for this native to do job more than business. So this native is doer of job. So there is a possibility. Pranpad is doing like that. He is a sarala hriday, very kind-hearted man and a scholar, pandita. This is the Pranpad in the 9th house. Very well, good placement here. according to Mahaguru Maharshi Parasa. Now the great Guru is taking Pranpad in the Dasamasthana, Karma Bhav, and he is blessing classical Parashari technique through the verse number 83. Let's immerse in the verse. वीरवान मतिमाना दक्षो नृपकारेषु कोविदः दशमे वै प्राणपदे देवार्चना परायणः दशमे प्राण अर्चने दशमे pranapade. So pranapad is in the 10th house. Pranapad is in the 10th house. He is a Veeravan. Here Veeravan means a strength pool. Veera is a symbol of strength. He is a Bali. He is a strength pool. Veeravan. He is a Buddhiman, Matiman. He is a intelligent also. He is a Daksho. So he is a skillful also, very skillful. Nripakaresu. So he do the work of king. You can think like that, government job in this case. Working very closely with the government in this case. Ko vidaha, he is a Pandit. He is a scholar, great scholar. And then Devar Chana Parayanaha. So he is a devotee of the Devata. He is a Bhakt of the Devata. He is a Bhakt and very intelligent, very wise, very strong, very skillful, doing work of government. So Rajkaj. So this is the Pranapad in the 10th house. Very good placement according to Mahaguru Maharshi. Now Maharshi Parasa, the great Guru, is taking this Pranpad in the Labh Bhav. Now the Pranpad is coming to Labh Bhav, 11th house. And how Mahaguru is blessing us. Let's immerse in the verse first. Let's immerse in the verse number 84. Vikyato gunvan pragyo bhogi dhan samanvitah lavasthani sthite prane gaurango matri vatsalah. Lav asthan sthite prane. So pran bhav, pran pad is in the Labh bhav, 11th house. Vikhyat, there is a possibility of being famous. Gunvan, lot of virtues, virtuous man. Pragyo, he got an aura, he is a Pandit. Bhogi, he is an enjoyer because he has everything he can enjoy. Dhan samanvitaha, so he got a wealth, all type of wealth he has. All type of wealth. And Maharshi is saying it's a Gaur Varn, white color. Native is getting white color. Gaurango. And Matri Vatsala, he loves his mother. This is the Pranapad in the 11th house, according to Mahaguru Maharshi. So he's a Vikhyat, he's a Gunvan, he's a Dhanvan, he's loving his mother, he's a Pandit, he's an enjoyer of all the comforts. So this is the Pranapad in the Ekadas Bhav. Now Mahaguru is taking this Pranapad in the last house, 12th house. And he is blessing us through the verse number 85. Let's immerse in the verse first what Maharshi is revealing. When Pranapad is in the 12th house. Chudro dustastu hinango vidvesi dvijbandhusu vyaye prane netra rogi kano va jayate naraha. Maharshi is saying this. Vyay bhav. Now Pranapad is coming in the Vyay bhav. Shudra, low level, very low level. Dust, bad man, cruel man. Hinango, loss of limb, physically challenged. Be Dwesi, don't like his close, near and dear one. He's a jealous person, having enmity in his mind, people around you. So this is the case. And Netra Rogi also. There is a possibility he's he having problem in his eyes. Netra Rogi. Maybe sometimes it's a kano bajayate naraha, one eyes. He's having one eyes only. That might be a possibility. Duij Bandhusa Maharshi is saying, but he's with Duis, Brahmins. This is the Pranpad in 12th house. That is the revelation of Mahaguru Maharshi. So how Pranpad is coming from the first house and then going to the second house and so on and so forth up to 12th house. So up to verse number 85, those 12 verses dedicated to Pranpad when Pranpad is in different houses. I hope you understand these basic classical Parashara techniques related to Pranpad. Now in the end, Maharshi is going to close this chapter. And Maharshi is closing this chapter through these two verses. These are the closing verses. Verse number 86 and verse number 87. Through these two verses, Maharshi will close this chapter, Aprakas Grah Phaladhyaya. Let's immerse in the verse first. Let's come down. Itya prakas khetanam phalaya yuktani bhusuraha tathayani prakasanam suryadinam khacharinam. He is saying, hey Maitre, my dear student, hey Maitre, he is addressing to Maitre. I have told you about the Aprakas Graha, Dhum Adi, starting from the Dhum and going to up to the Guli, and all the Aprakasit Upgrahas I considered, and I told you. I included Pranapad also. I have told you everything when each these Aprakas Graha, including Pranapad, is in the different houses. So you think what I told you, you remember that one, and then Maharshi is giving next direction. In the first verse 86, he started closing this one, what I concluded in this chapter, Aprakas Graha, different Aprakas Graha starting from the Dhum, including the Pranapad in different houses. And he's saying, I have already told you about the other Prakash Graha, Surya Adi Prakash. So Dhum Adi Prakash Graha I told you just now, and Surya Adi Dhum Adi Prakash Graha I told you just now, and Surya Adi Prakash Graha I told you before. So now you know Prakash Graha and Aprakash Graha, how to deal with them, including Pranpad, you know, Maitre. I told you this one. Then Maharshi is coming. Tani sthiti vasate samasphut drishti vasat tatha bala aval vivekena vyakyani sariranam. That is the driver, and it's a closing comment also. He is saying, you know the grahas, Prakash Graha, main planets. You know the Aprakash Graha, tertiary planets. when main planets or the tertiary planets in the different houses you know, then how you will move forward? How you will do the Falades? Maitre, how you will say the Subh and Asubh Kathan? How? So you have to do the vichar of the Balabal, strength and weakness. You have to think about strength and weakness. As well as you have to think about the Asput Drishti. Graha Asput Drishti, he is talking about. Aspect of the planet you have to think about. And the Balabal you have to think about. So you will go in that direction. Mahasi is advising Maitre, Mahasi is instructing Maitre and giving him direction also. That's why in the next chapter, Mahasi will go to the Graha Asput Drishti Kathana Adhyaya. He will talk about the Graha Drishti. That's why Mahasi is saying. I told you, you know the Grahas now. Now how to come up with because Balabal you know. Couple of technique Mahasi has provided already. But the Asput Graha Drishti, that Mahasi will provide to Maitre in the next chapter. So this is the closing of this chapter and opening of the new topic. Hope you understand. And in the next episode, we will very sincerely listen what Mahasi is revealing about Graha Asput Drishti Kathana in that chapter, chapter 27. Hope you understand this Parashari classical principle. Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra is one of the complete Hora Shastra in itself. So if you go very sincerely, I believe, I'm confident, Mahaguru will definitely bless you. And Jagat Guru, Jagat Pita, Mahadev will definitely bless you. I will pray for you and pray for everyone. Asuto ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma mritam gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Jai Gurudev. Har Har Mahadev. Har Har Mahadev.